Good morning, everyone. I am Corinne Braxton here in snowy Bozeman, Montana, and it is December 7th. Now let me check and see if I can find myself on the iPad, and we'll wait for a few minutes for people to get on and see if I can see people. Let's see what's here. See if I can find, I see, okay, I see myself. I'm wearing a black shirt today. There we go. The projects that I wanted to wear green, and I had two different green shirts, and from my closet, I even carried one upstairs to my craft room, my studio, and I had totally the wrong colors of green. I have several shades, but anyway, I changed into black because, hey Martina, I changed into black because one of the projects is going to be using black. So here I am. Good to see you this morning, Martina, in Oregon. It's pretty snowy here in Montana. And see if anyone else will find us this morning. Oh, hey, Linda, good to see you too here. And so anyway, quite often I try to coordinate the color of my shirt with the color of my projects, but this is the green that I was looking for, and I don't have anything this color in my closet. It's a shaded spruce is what it is. It's a very pretty green, but I have anyway, so I'm in black today, and I put green necklaces on just to work with the project that I'm starting. So how are you all doing with your Christmas plans? I am not very on top of things. You know, we went to Mexico at Thanksgiving, and that sort of put me behind for my classes and my projects. And I get so overwhelmed with all the grandkids' birthdays in November and early December. It's hard to think about Christmas things. Hey, Carolyn, good to see you down in Georgia. I said it's snowy here in Bozeman today. And yeah, I'll have to go shopping for shaded spruce. You're right. This morning I was awakened very suddenly with a big jolt. It felt like it was a jolt to the house. The snowplows had arrived about 4:45 or 5 o'clock, and they must have bumped into something. And I heard this sort of boom. Terry said it was not the house, but anyway, maybe it was just lowering the blade to the ground. Hey, Patty Little, and down in Utah, and Carla, welcome, good to see you from Wisconsin. We're having lots of people this morning. Thank you, girls. Oh my goodness, yesterday was such a surprise. I always check my Stampin' Up site several times a day. And oh my God, I was so shocked. We have free shipping. So they announced free shipping on Wednesday, tomorrow, December 8th. And that's 10%. Shipping is 10%. So free shipping tomorrow. Get your lists ready. You can shop any of the catalogs, the annual catalog, the mini catalog that's retiring, the sale prices, the clearance. Those of you who are demonstrators, you get to pre-order. So we have a lot of choices. I was really shocked. It was very unexpected, because Stampin' Up has not done this for a long time, and they rarely, maybe once a year, do free shipping. And I think they did it once before this summer. Anyway, yes, we have lots of new team members. That's really wonderful, and I'm really behind in getting everyone welcome. So anyway, I've got two projects today. They're both calendars. I like to make calendars for Christmas presents, and I have several. I have an aunt that I send one to, and I have a couple friends, and then I send them, each year I send them a new little calendar, just the replacement parts, but sometimes I send a new one, a completely new one too. Anyway, so we're gonna start, and let's hope everything is working. Sometimes with these updates with our phones and our iPads, everything, this morning it was tricky. I couldn't figure out how to silence my notifications. So, hey, Melissa, good to see you in California. We got lots of people. Today is December 7th, Pearl Harbor Day anniversary, and tomorrow is December 8th, the free shipping. That is a big thing to remember for that. Okay, I am going to move my catalogs out of the way, so don't forget, before I turn the camera, don't forget that last chance list. It is a big one, lots of things. And the clearance list, a couple things that I wanted were gone. However, it's very long yet, so take a look at that if you have not. And I'm going to move that. This is the mini catalog, the new catalog. I've started making cards. I'm in a couple of my business swaps, so I have to get those done before Christmas, which is a challenge for sure, this busy time of year. Okay, here we go. Let's turn the camera down. Close your eyes for a second, or if you get dizzy, or you'll close your eyes. There you go. And there we'll get this all flipped up. Zoom in a little bit. This is just here's a couple of cards I did over the weekend. Well, this is the gingerbread one. I love this paper, one of my favorite sets. It is not continuing. It is a great set of paper, great set of making memories cards. I love everything about it. This is a new card that I'm doing for one of my swaps, and I'm doing 21 of these, so this is on a white. It's not finished yet. It has to have a sentiment. But I'm just working on that. That is a great set. Okay, let's move those. Let's see what's here. I'm getting this up. Got to get this up a little bit. See if we can get it to stay in there a little better. We'll zoom in. Let's see, we're down. Okay, I'm going to move those out of the way. And we're going to start with the first one is easy. It uses expressions in ink. This is an excellent pack of paper. It is in the catalog. And if you'd have never had this one, it definitely is a must-have. I think it's the prettiest, probably besides Peaceful Place. This is one of the most beautiful papers in the catalog. It's in the annual catalog. I love all the gold in it. It's on page 131. It's got all of these great colors, and I've used it a lot. I'm going to make a few more calendars with this set too. Anyway, page 131, it's $15. It's a specialty set. So we're going to use this first paper today. And this is the calendar we're making. It stands up like this. It's a self-standing on top of the desk. Let's see if I can zoom out now. Here, you're going to just have to sort of see this junk on the side. It's hard for me to do that. So there it is. You can stand it up, and it just stands like an easel. And now I'm going to talk about these little calendar pads. It's getting a little late to find them, but they are still available. I just checked this morning. There are two places. I always get mine from Tailored Expressions. It's a scrapbooking company. I don't know where it's located. And I always buy these. Usually I try to buy them in about October because most years they run out and they're impossible to find. You get 10 of those, little tear off, and little, you can see how these all just, and then I get replacements and send them to people too. So that's tailoredexpressions.com. And the other place that that's $4 for 10. 10 little, so I usually get several packs because I do them with classes. There's another place called Vippy's Designs and Decoupage, and that's another site that has them, and they have little calendars in different sizes, and those are some pretty good ones too. I don't know the price of those because I've not, but that's a very popular kind, Tailored Expressions. So I do really like those a lot. And here we go with our project. And today we're going to do the shaded spruce. This one's a hot pink. These colors are all in our calendars. And we are using the beautiful set. Oh my goodness, if you don't have this one, I hope this stays in the catalog forever. Artistic Designs dies and artistically inked. And it is really a good, there we go, tighten that up a little bit. Good stamps. I love the things, and I love that happy birthday. It's just got a nice font. And the dies are to die for. I love, this is the one we're using today. And I tried using this one too, and I love this one. I've used it many, many, many times. So they, and the pieces just fall right out. They are gorgeous in gold. So we're going to get out our base. It's a top folding base. It's 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5.5, just like that. And then I have a piece that is 4 by 4. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. There we go. 4 by 4. I'm going to score it at 1/2 inch, 2 inches, and 3.5. And it's going to, but so I'm going to show you what that looks like. And this is, it's very, I've done somewhere made this 4 by 4 1/4 because this base, this is 4 1/4, but it doesn't make any difference. It'll be just a little bit short and that's fine. But I'm going to show you how I do this. I use my, actually, this time I use my, my paper trimmer, which I love. If you don't have one of these Stampin' Up! Ones, you definitely want to ask for one. So I'm going to score it at, right here, half inch. And I'm going to just move my cutting blade out of the way. So I've got my scoring blade right there. The light gray is scoring. Then I'm going to move it over to 2 inches, and then 3.5 will be just like that first 1/2 inch. So it looks like that. And then you are going to fold it. I've already done this. You're going to fold it like a W. Well, it's not a W. No, it's not a W. But yeah, it's sort of. It's like that. And I put tear tape on. You want the pointed mountain part to go inside, to stand up like this. This is how it's going to attach, like that. And so what you do is you put your tear tape right on the sides, like that. And you always want to make sure you burnish it with your fingernail, and then you can poke it up with your piercing tool, turn it around. Again, burnish it with your bone folder or your fingernail, either one. Oops. There we go. This stuff is very, very permanent. And then I will just, oops, I'm not doing that right. Let's see once, here we go. I'm going to put it down like this. I'm standing up, and I think I'm going to have to sit down for a second here. Put it right along the edge, and then make sure this is pointing up, and then close that, and you'll do the other side like that. It's really quite easy. You know, if you're not sure, try it on some scrap paper first, but you want it to stand up. That's the easel. So I'm going to put those little things over there, and then we will bring in the other pieces. This one is very easy. Has very little stamping, and doesn't have to have any. So here is our gold piece, and this is our designer paper. And the gold is 4 by 5 1/4, and the pretty designer paper is 3 3/4 by 5. This is the other side, and that has gold on it too. It's a little different though. Okay, I think I'm going to mark my thing today because I can't quite get things in line. There we go. And I know some of you are saying, oh, you're not going to cover up all that gold, are you? No, I am not. This time I remembered to bring a punch over here, and I'm going to punch out a couple labels. This is the lovely, I love this punch. This one is the, so now I'm going to use that. This is called Label Me Lovely. Label Me Lovely. So now I'm not going to use that for this project, but it's really nice to have a little stack of these if you're making calendars. So now, then I'm going to just, I'm going to adhere this. I'll put a little bit of adhesive right along the edges there. I'm going to line it up so we have a 1/4 of an inch border all around, like that. And now, let's see if it might have stuck a little bit to my paper because I have those spots. Okay, and then we're going to put some, I'm using my seal. That's probably my preferred choice, but I like the Seal Plus real well too. And let's bring this down here and get this all lined up like that. Just like that. And we're getting close. And then we have our, so here is our little Tailored Expressions mini. It's called a mini tear-off calendar, like that. I keep it covered up. And you can mat it on, I just put it on a 3x4, a 3 1/4 by 2 1/2. So and this I like to have really, I'm going to bring in my Seal Plus here. And I definitely like to have a very, very, very strong, my strongest adhesive to keep this little board right there. And so with the Plus, I just lift up. I press down and sort of go backwards on itself, lift it up, backwards on itself, lift. And that is that. That's when I use that. Whenever I have something that is really, that's a little bit, wasn't quite centered, that's okay. I can, I think I'll bring in, anytime that happens, you can just bring in a long bladed scissors will cut straight, so a short one will not. I mean, I love my little paper snips, but you can't cut a very long straight line. Those are better for small things. Okay, and I'm going to put this, now I'm going to put this on here, and again, I want this to really, really, really not fall off, so I'm going to, again, maybe I'm going to use my, just use this. I was going backwards on the others. Okay, let's see, once we'll bring this out of the way so you can see this pretty grid paper. You know, we have lots of nice grid paper in the that's available to order for anyone. There we go. Oh, I forgot to put my piece in. Oh, that's the most important thing. Let me see if I can get this up before it dries too fast. Oh, dear. Well, I was getting ahead of myself. You could, it's just very pretty that way too. So what I want to do is I want to sort of line up these, this is the die cut. I already did it. And there's 2 big flowers, one right there and a smaller one there, and they sort of line up. You can also stamp that way. I think since I've got this already stuck down, what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to sort of punt a little bit on this. I'm going to do this. I normally wouldn't do it this way, but we'll do it because I was jumping ahead. So I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive. You can see, we'll put it like this. Just wherever there's some thicker lines, like there's some pieces, and you could definitely use any kind of glue. You could, I just wanted to sort of, just a little bit of Tombow right here, I think helps really, it helps a lot. Just touch it, don't squeeze. That's the key to using your Tombow. Okay, whoops, I think, and then we'll see if we can get that. Oh, I think it'll be just perfect. So good thing I had my mat there. And this all folds flat, so we're going to give that a nice, cover up my Tombow before it, there we go. And now we're going to tie our ribbon around it. And here's the other one I cut too. Do you see that, how pretty that is? Patty, I cannot do everything. No, I can't, but I can sort of fix things if I have to. And I feel like, oh my goodness, I've not ever done that before. So anyway, and then if I wanted to put a label on the back, I could put this on the back. I could stamp something. I'm going to find my ribbon too. We want our gold ribbon. It's pretty, this is called, what is this called? Gold shimmer ribbon, and it's in the Christmas catalog, the holiday catalog. I really like it. I I don't know if it's carrying over or not. I have no idea. So I want to make sure it's like that. And I'm going to just give that a good snip. And I think it's a pretty accent. I think this is a really pretty, let's see if we can, it's not always easy to tie knots and bows when you're sort of up in the air or far away from the card. It's hard enough when you're right next to it. Oops. Let's see if I can get that. Cut a little bit. There we go. And I'll give it a little snip. I like to do my ends slanted, so I like to have one going up and one going down. It's just my personal preference. So that's like that. It doesn't need very much. Usually, quite often, I have a sentiment on the front, but I'm not going to do that. This time, I'm going to put it on the back, and I'm just going to do hello. Because this is not a Christmas thing. It's not a birthday. It could be just hello, and I'm just going to put it on there like that, and I'll have a little space. That's a little crooked. I maybe put it on my block crooked, so we'll see. I think I'll turn it over. There we go. That's better. And that's the shaded spruce. That's the color I did not have in my closet this morning. So yeah. So anyway. And let's see, then I'll put some adhesive on that. If you've never made a calendar, I hope you'll try that. I always try to have a calendar in my classes either in December or January because they're nice. They're fun. They're nice little gifts. So these are my two calendars. They both stand up. They're very easy. Which is your favorite, the green or the pink? Which do you like the best? Oh, I like that, Jeannie. Jeannie down in Ennis said, I just told my UPS man I need to order more. That's right. And you all need to order on Wednesday. I'm always needing cardstock. I probably go through a lot more than most people. But anyway, we had a big sale on cardstock not a couple months ago, and I thought I did really well, but now I'm constantly needing more colors. So, and then I see with the new catalog, I always like to look ahead, and there's a lot of gray in the new catalog, basic gray and smoky slate, so I have to get more of that. Anyway, that's the first calendar, and the second one is going to be an easel, and we are going to use this set. This is in the new catalog. This is a sneak peek. This is the one that's coming in January. And it's actually a big, I don't know what they call it when they're two stamps and two sets of dies. Honeybee Home is one. That's the one we're going to use today. And these are all the dies. And the other one is called Blessings of Home. And this set of dies, I literally just right before this video, it always makes me a little nervous, and I have to fill my time, and I stamped 20 of those for one of my swaps that I showed you on that card. So to color those. Anyway, I did that in the Stamparatus. Whenever I do something with, larger numbers, I use the Stamparatus. But it's a wonderful, these are all called distinctive. So these two stamps go together. And some really pretty foliage and flowers, and it's really a nice set. And then, so this is in the mini catalog. It's coming in January. And then Celebration is coming too. That starts on January 4th. I don't know what day of the week that is. But maybe a Wednesday, I'm not sure. So we have Celebration January and February. And February is a short month. And this is free. Free paper with a $50 order. And it actually is 12 by 12. And it starts January 4th. I wrote that down. It's free designer paper. And it matches a daffodil set that's coming. And I'm using it today. And this is the paper. It's quite bold. So it's got some nice place for stamping there. This is really a pretty one with the I love daffodils. I had gorgeous daffodils at this house. I'm going to miss those when we move. This is the one we're going to use today. And then this is a really pretty one too, I think. And then you turn it over on the other side. Maybe I think I've done it wrong, like this, I think is the way it goes. You turn it over on the other side and it looks like this. It's really delicious colors. And I think you will love this paper. 12 by 12, I'm not sure what it's called, but it's free. And so that's what we're using today. And we're going to get out our project. It is going to be an easel card. We're going to make an easel. So here's the front of my card. It says, "You're the nicest," and I did all these little bees, and I die cut those, and I put glaze on them. And there is my calendar. It looks like this. You can't quite see that, but it stands up on its own like an easel. And then these are Post-it notes. So, and I actually buy the white Post-it notes from Amazon. They're easy to find. They are actual Post-it notes, and I don't know how many come in a package, but I like the white actually, because I use the colored ones that most of the time in my pop-up dispenser, but I use the white ones for stamping because it just looks nice. And you never know. I had some lime green ones, and lime green wouldn't look very good with that. But you see how this is just an easel. It's like a Z-fold, and that's an easel, and it all fits inside of an envelope. Both of these cards fit inside of an envelope to send as a gift. Now, you definitely would want to put more stamps on than one. So, okay, we're going to make another card today. We're going to do a slight variation of this. So let's get our things together. And I've got some little scraps of paper there, and our parts and pieces. Let's see, what's some stamping paper. I've got a lot to this one. So we've got a calendar, another calendar. I wasn't really sure what I was doing when I was making this, so I stamped a couple other little pieces. So I wasn't sure if I was going to use So Glad We're Family or Stay Wonderful or what I was going to use. And anyway, so here we go. And let's see. We need the designer paper. We need 2 sheets of designer paper, and they're both 4 by 5 1/4. And I actually cut one extra because I want you to tell me, so I want you to chime in, and I love that side. And I thought we would change it up a little bit today. So I think we'll use this. We could do that. Maybe I'll just do it. Okay, this is what we have. These are get your phones ready or your iPad ready, your tablet, whatever, to take screenshots. So we're going to do a top folding card, 4 1/4 by 11. You score it at 5 1/2, but plus 2 3/4. 5 1/2 and 2 3/4. It is exactly like a Z fold. Oh, I didn't do it. So I'll do it for you. So I'm going to score it with if I only have one thing, I just get if I have lots of things, or if it's complicated, I always get my scoreboard. But this we'll just do that. And I didn't think I needed my trimmer today. So it goes back like that. Now that's a Z-fold card, just like that. And we make those all the time. Let me get my bone folder out of here. And I'm going to make a really cute Z-fold with the little otters that's in the celebration. I haven't quite figured it out yet, but it's in my mind, and I'm going to work on it today for another swap. And then we have the easel part is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. It's identical to a half a sheet of this card, just like that. They both are the same. So now I'm going to have that sit like that. And then this is going to pop up like this. So what I'm going to do is I want to put, I'm going to use the tear tape because I want it to be really strong. It's going to get a lot of use, so this just tears right off. Like that. Maybe we'll just put one more on too, just a little bit right there. You want it to be nice and strong. You can cut it or tear it, obviously. It's a little long. quite get there. Okay, so give that a good bonefull like that. And then you can take your piercer. I always start in the middle and lift it up like that. See how easy it comes off? But the key is you have to burnish it. And then I'm going to put my other part of my card together. I'm going to just match up the corners like that. And there we have it. And what's going to make it sit open is that calendar like this. That's going to stop it. That's going to hold it in place. Sometimes you'd put a button or a raised butterfly or something. Okay, now I want you to help me. The other one we used the butterflies on the back like this. And this is 4 by 5 1/4. But this time we're not going to. I think we're going to put the butterflies. What do you think? I thought we would try this. We could put the other daffodils down on the bottom like that. Or do you like that? Well, you can't see it. First of all, let's see once here. So it would be that combination, or do you like the black like that? I don't think so. I think we'll do, what do you think? What do you like? There it is. Trick to the, let me see, I can't see the comments very well. There it is. Trick to the tray. Thanks. So, okay, let's see what we have here. We don't want to do two, this is papaya. We could do it like this, the black dots, or the daffodils. What do you think? Dots or daffodils? Yes, I agree. I think the lighter color looks better too. So we'll do it that way. We will do that. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to get my silicone mat out. I just got a whole box of adhesive in. I was missing. I had sold several of my kits for the $30. That was such a good deal. I think I'll run that special again. But then I ran out of silicone mats, so I had to order more of those. And I just came in more adhesive. So I will do that special again because it was a good one. But normally you can buy my kits for $35 and I ran it for $30. So those are adhesive kits. We're going to put this one on the bottom. So this time the daffodils are going to stand up and they're going to look upward like that. There we go. There we go. And now we need to do a few things. Let's see. Let's get our, well, we have a calendar. We're gonna do that in a second. Let me see, where is my my Post-it notes. It's pretty thick. When if I leave it whole like that, if I close it up, it's like that. And it definitely would need like a padded envelope or something. But you can tear them and, you know, I just take them in half like this. Just pull the whole thing apart and just use half of it. And then you can make another one. But I want to put this on the bottom. Like that. Make sure they're being released from the top. So now I always just sort of do it like this. I want it pretty close to the bottom. And I want it equal on all sides. There we go. That worked out just fine, like that. So there we have that part of it. And I think it's going to be a little bit plainer on the top. I'm not sure. We'll see how we like it. But we'll see how it comes together and what you think. And now we have we have to make a choice here on mats. I felt like maybe on this one I should have used a black mat, but I used papaya. So let's see what you think. Anyway, I can't change that one, but I can change this one. The small mat is going to be 3 1/4 by 2 1/2. I just measured the size of the little tiny calendars. So do we want to put them on? I think that's probably too, that's too something. It's too something, isn't it? I don't know what, it's too bland or something like that. And here is our, so that, no, I will not do that one. So we will do black. So we're going to do black on the black like that. And let's see, let's get this here together. And I'm so glad to see so many of you today. Oh, the sun's shining now on all of our snow. It was, when I started this video, it was still cloudy. But now it's getting sunny, and pretty soon the sun is going to shine in here, and you're probably not going to be able to see things very well. So we are almost finished, except for all the stamping. There we go. That looks pretty, I think. And we're going to put that on. I think we're going to put it up a little higher than the other one. So we'll just do that. And this might be a good place for Tear Tape with a Seal Plus also. So it's not too late. You could probably still get these little calendars yet if you order them today or tomorrow. You can look on Amazon, but I've never had any luck. One year I couldn't find any at all because they did sell out. So okay, that's there. But now we want to do our little bees. So let's do our stamping. And we're going to bring in our envelope and set that aside. I want to make sure that we bring in some black ink and our stamp sets. Got a bunch of stamps. We're going to use You're the Nicest. And then we have some flowers right there. Maybe we'll do that on the envelope, and some bees. 3 bees. And they're pretty. They're all distinctive, so it's sort of a tricky thing. I like to re-ink my ink pads a lot so they're juicy. I can't stand not having a juicy ink pad, but when you're doing distinctive, you don't want juicy, so it's sort of a tricky. Now that one's all full of something or other. Okay, let's take this little piece right here. Can't find my bone folder now. Where did I put it? There. Oh, it's right there. Let's get that out of that little. Okay, and we're gonna. You're the Nicest. That works for just about anything. So you can also do. There's still room over here for another one if we want. Oh, that one's going to be really crooked, and I should have not done that one for sure. But anyway, we've got lots of paper. And so we're going to leave that at that. Oops, I just messed that up. So I'm going to have to re-ink that. I have to be a little bit more careful this time. I think we'll let it dry before we touch it again. Let's stamp our bees. I'm going to set that aside, and we want to stamp a couple bees like this, and these dies are very nice. Can you see the sun pouring in now? It's going to be really bright here. So I'm going to stamp a couple bees, and there we go. And I think on the flower we're going to set those aside for a second to dry. We're going to do this pretty set of, I don't know, they almost look like morning glories or bluebells or something right there. And we're going to have a bee hovering over that like that. There we go. And that's our envelope. It would be pretty with some designer paper on it too. And let's see, I think that is all the ink. I'll put my black Memento away before I get it sort of messy here. And let's see once. Oh, I was going to do something for on the ink pad. Let's do that while we still have ink out. We're going to we'll do Stay Wonderful, because that's the first one and they're going to tear that off. So obviously if they want to use this, they have to lift it up and tear it off like that. But at least it's, when they receive it, it's sort of nice. Set that aside, and let's bring in our our blends. And let's see here. We might, I might add some ribbon on this one. I think I put the rest of the ribbon in the drawer. Let's see, we could. I had some black and white gingham ribbon. I don't know if I can do this or not. It was from the other one. I had it on. It was too busy, and I slid it off. I'm going to slide it on here. I think that might work okay. We'll see. You're going to tell me. We can always... But this papaya is so plain. We'll see. We'll see how that looks in a second with all the other things too. I don't like to have frayed edges. So this papaya ribbon is so pretty. It makes beautiful bows. Just very, very pretty. Except that pretty bow just landed in the black memento. So now it is full of black ink. Okay, let's see what's here. Okay. So let's bring in our blends, and we're going to put that up here. We're going to I'm going to just snip that off to measure, hopefully, nice and straight like that. And we're going to tack that on. So you're the nicest. This is just, about a ½ inch, maybe. And there we go. There we are. And now let's bring in I already threw them. These are the ones we stamped, and through the magic of Facebook Live, we have some that are already die cut like that. And let's see what's here. Now all we have to do is color them. And what I did, this is what I'm going to just zoom in a little bit here, and I don't think we need this anymore, but got these pretty little bees. You can see I put glaze on the glaze. This is called Shimmery Crystal Effects. Here's the camera. I am on the wrong spot here. Shimmery Crystal Effects. This is in our annual catalog. And I put that on the wings, and you have to sort of let that dry for several hours. So I did that. I actually did that ahead so that we can just attach it and it'll all be done. And so what I'm going to do now is, you sort of think about bumblebees as being black and yellow, but my card has a lot of papaya, so that's why I'm using this dark pale papaya. So I'll show you what that looks like on the bees. And I'm just going to give them a little color like that. And we can even, this is what it looks like with the yellow. We'll have this one be see, they're very, very similar. Just going to add a little bit more there. And then this one, and like that. Well, actually, I think we'll maybe make his body, color that in too a little bit. And then their heads. I brought out my Stampin' Right, my black Stampin' Basic black. That works really well. It has a thin end. These are water soluble. These are not like blends. I would not use them. You cannot blend with them very well. But I like to just sort of outline the legs a little bit. Those little, and because they are distinctive stamps, so just add a little bit of that. And you can add, we have a black blends, and it's a basic black, but it's still a little bit, so that end is not nearly as tiny as this one, so that's why I've chosen to use that instead, just this little bit of, tiny bit of black. Don't forget that leg. And like right there too, a little bit of black. And then maybe around his eye, like that. And now we're going to just pop those up. And so then I used a little bit of Wink of Stella and then the shimmery crystal effects. I love this stuff. Love it. And I like to use it on all kinds of things. I keep it right in my toolbox. It's not very, it's like $4 or $5. Okay, so now we need some dimensionals. And I think we have some mini ones right here. We have some bigger ones and some regular size ones and some mini. So we're going to put a bigger one right there and that one, but I think that's about all we're going to use on these. So we will, I'm just going to poke them. I guess the reason I like the regular size better because these are hard to pick up unless you use take your pick tool. But I'm going to use the big one right there. So, but most people really love those little ones. To me, they're just hard. My hands are too arthritic to use something that small. There we go. Those are all peeled off. And now we can bring in our card. So what we're going to do is we're going to put that big one right here. And then we're going to do this one down here like that. And this one, Now what do you think? Do you think I should leave the bow on, or do you think I should take the bow off? Once I cut that bow, it's going to be too late. So this bee is going to go right there. So there is our card. And here is the other one. Now, you tell me, which do you like better? I'm going to zoom back. There we go. The bow on. Okay, Carolyn. Oh, two bows on. We're going to keep the bows. So I think we'll just keep the bow on there. It's really a knot. But see, there we go. So we'll just tear that piece off. Isn't that fun? Like that. And there we have the flowers, the daffodils on the inside. So, two completely different looks. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like both. So I do too. It's, but that's an easel card, and then it'll fit right in our envelope. So you could color on the envelope, and then you can fit that inside. And, it fits inside. However, I think you could hand cancel it, or you'd probably need 3 or 4 stamps on it. So anyway, there we go. I'm going to flip the camera back up. Hold on. And you're going to see the sunshine just pouring in here. Oops-a-daisy, here we go. Yeah, the ribbon needs a haircut. You're exactly right. It needs to be trimmed. I will do that. Yeah, it's a little long, and it definitely needs a haircut. So I'm actually going to do that right now. Thank you for reminding me about that. I like to give it a final trim, and I didn't do that before. Yep, there we go. And it looks a little better, I think, already. Oops, I still have one little piece, but here it is. It's a little shorter now, so. Okay, good. We accomplished a lot. These are, they're not hard, and they're not easy. I'd say they're medium difficulty. Certainly that first one is easier. It certainly depends on the paper you use. So that is it, girls. And I will post some pictures after I take some pictures, and I'll post those. And then don't forget, 15% off. 15% off tomorrow. No, I am totally wrong on that. 10% off. 10% is shipping. Some of you have tax in your states. We in Montana do not have sales tax, so we have just a straight price of the item plus less that shipping price. That's it's $10 on every 100. Now, you do have to order at least $50. So that's a good savings, and it's a good time to take advantage of it. So get your orders in early tomorrow if you can. Make your list today and get those placed tomorrow morning really early. Oh, I'm glad you liked the second one the best, but okay, sounds great. Okay, ladies, I will see you all next week, okay? And have a wonderful week. All right, bye.